Hey guys, welcome back to the channel DC Canon Toys, where I do reviews and share my thoughts on some of my favorite toy releases. Today we'll be looking at the Figma 493 Max Factory Rider of Black casual version of Astolfo from the Fate Apocrypha series. Let's take a quick look at the box and get the unboxing started. While we take a look at the box art, a short introduction of the Figma series is that they look great, poses easily. The Figma series is a collection of PV action figures that incorporate both beauty and articulation. Action figures that are made as faithful renditions of characters, yet still allow them to display in various different poses. Of course, they're by Max Factory and distributed by Good Smile Company. Alright, here we have our Figma Astolfo casual version unboxed. While we take a 360 look of the figure, we'll go over a background introduction of the character. So Astolfo is one of the 12 paladins of Charlemagne. He is the son of an English king and one of Charlemagne's 12 faithful paladins. Among the 12 paladins of Charlemagne, Astolfo is said to be the most handsome, eternally optimistic, and completely lacking in sense. As the legends go, Astolfo was quite the ladies' man. As a cousin of Roland, Astolfo is included among those 12. That being said, Astolfo was famed as being weak in the legends. Indeed, this version of Astolfo from the Fate series is inspired by the real-life 12 paladins of Charlemagne. Astolfo created many legends as he was an adventurer who flew all over the world and even reached the moon in the end. Throughout his journeys, he had won numerous mystic codes, such as his flute, his grimoire, and his shining golden lance. He even has something that's inconceivable to this world, which is the hippogriff. Moving on to the aesthetics and paint job of the figure. In terms of the design and aesthetics, first of all, starting from the head, Astolfo has flamboyant pink hair. In terms of a character, he is basically a trap. For those of you guys who don't know what that means, it means he is a guy that looks like a girl or is very pretty like a girl, therefore a trap. Anyways, so we do have this nice paint job in pink done for her hair. Here's a closer look at the details. We also have nice accessories such as the black ribbons on each side of the hair, and we also have an extra white decoration on the left side of Astolfo's hairpiece. In terms of the facial design, Figma always do a good job in terms of representing anime-like faces in their figures, and Astolfo here is no different. We do have some light shading on the cheeks as well to represent some kind of a blush. Moving down to the midsection of the body, because this version of Astolfo is the casual version as seen in the Fate Apocrypha series, we do have him in his casual outfit, which is equally as flamboyant as the hairstyle. We have the jacket done in this light purple color, which does look very stylish, with the inside wearing a shirt that is white and purple in terms of a stripe design. We also have two fur balls designed on the sides of the jacket as decoration. Astolfo is also seen wearing a necklace, which is a cross done in the silver color. Moving lower to the waist section, we do have her wearing a belt, which is done in this light blue or teal color with a belt buckle done in the silver paint. All of the color here is done quite nicely. We have the skirt done in a pure black color. We also have the waist section here being exposed, so we do have a sculpting of the waist section, which does look quite natural. I know many of you simps out there is probably simping over here for Astolfo's waist, even though the fact that he is a trap, but no judgments here. Anyways, let's move on to the bottom section. In terms of the leg design, they're quite simple. We just have Astolfo here wearing black leggings, which is done in this black paint. The sneaker does pop because it looks quite stylish. It reminds me sort of like a Converse style sneakers done primarily in purple and white color, and we do have black laces, which does make the sneaker pop a bit more. Taking a quick view of the back, we do see some interesting design features in the hoodie jacket. We have sort of a bunny ears being sculpted nicely. Although we don't have any extra accessories for her to wear the hoodie with the bunny ears up per se, it is a nice touch of details that it is included in the sculpt work. Other than that, we do see an extra ribbon on the ponytail as well, and the hair is sculpted very nicely. To me, the molding of the hair looks extremely similar to John the Arc from the Fate series. Also, it does look quite similar to the Figma version of John the Arc's hairstyle, so maybe later I can do a comparison of the hairstyles between those two. Overall, I do like the cohesive design of the entire casual outfit of Astolfo over here. In terms of the paint work and sculpting, it is up to the standards of Figma. I don't see any type of paint bleeding, and Figma has definitely been improving on their paint job in their recent figures. Now let's move on to the accessories section of this Figma. In terms of accessories, this Figma is actually quite minimal. We do have 4 faceplates in total. So the first one that we see over here is the face attached to Astolfo right out of the box. It is a casual looking face. Next up, we have this mouth open face, which looks quite happy. This one has some unique details, such as in the eyes, we see these very anime-like stars painted in yellow, which is definitely quite cute over here. The third face we have is with Astolfo's eyes closed, but the mouth open. Looks quite like a concerned face. And something very unique about all the faceplates with the mouth open for Astolfo is we do see that cute anime looking teeth sculpted in, done in the skin color. Here's a closer look at that detail. For the last faceplate that we can use is actually this eyes closed one with the mouth in a blowing position with the cheeks puffed up. This one looks quite cute too. It's mainly to use in conjunction with the accessory included in this Figma, which is the horn. So we can represent Astolfo over here blowing her horn, which calls her hippogriff, I believe, in the Fate Apocrypha series. I'll show you guys that just in a bit. Moving on to the hand accessories, we do have our usual 2 closed fists, 2 open palms. Next, we got 2 of these peace sign hands, which look especially compatible with this happy looking faceplate. Overall, very nicely done here. I really like the looks and suits Astolfo's expression really well with these 2 hands. Moving on, we also have 2 holding hands, and these can hold any sort of weapon accessory or other type of accessories that you have in the Figma scale. Although Astolfo here does not have much accessory to hold on her own, included in the Figma. The last hand accessory we have is the right hand one. It's also a holding hand, but this one, unique to the other ones that I showed you, has the pinky a little bit tilted upwards, and this is specifically to hold the only accessory included in this Figma, which is the horn. So here's a quick look at the horn accessory. It's quite small actually. It's done in this gold and brown color, and we can just put it in the holding hand like this, and there we go. As mentioned earlier, here's a closer look. This horn accessory is supposed to fit with this faceplate, which is included in this Figma, and it represents Astolfo blowing the horn and calling upon his hippogriff, the griffin-like animal that he calls in the Fate Apocrypha series. Also, the horn itself does have some nicely detailed carvings on the edges as well, where we see the gold paint. But other than that, Astolfo over here doesn't include too many accessories, so there still leaves many things to be desired. Now let's go over the articulations. So for the head, we do have our usual 360, side to side. As for the ponytail, we do have a segment of articulation here. We do have a wiggle room, spinning turn. Also at the end sections of the ponytail, we have a spin as well. For the arms, they go all the way up. All the way around 360 is no problem. The jacket don't really hinder the articulation. The elbow will bend about that far, which is very typical to Figma. We do have the rotating wrist joint and a little bit of a wiggle room. As for the waist, we do have an upper rotation at the waist, and it does tilt side to side just a little bit, forwards and backwards just a little bit, and too much and it will pop out just like that. For the legs, we can kick it about this far. Although the skirt is made out of a rubber material, it does hinder the articulation, so about this far it'll go. Backwards around the same, sideways around the same. You can try to bend the rubber more to get more of it, but it kind of pushes the leg back. As for the knees, we have a bend like that. And finally, for the feet, we do have a rotation at the ankles, and we have a tilt forwards and backwards. Of course, the toe pivot, just a little bit. So very standard Figma stuff. Nothing too new about the articulation. Overall, it is enough to do most poses that you want. Now let's do some size comparisons. So over here, we have our other Apocrypha girl, which is Joan d'Arc, the waifu of many people, I guess. So in terms of design, they look around the same height. Astolfo over here does look a bit wider. And the hairstyle, I thought it would look more similar because it's the same type of hairstyle, but they indeed look different, and you can tell they have completely different sculpt work. Again, here's a quick look at the back comparison of the hair. Astolfo's hair seems much more wider, and it is a bit more sharper in the edges. The ponytail design does look similar, but again, it is a new sculpt, so overall, they both look unique in their own way. Here's a quick comparison of our other casual outfit girl from Apocrypha, which is Mordred. They look great together. Here we have our Chaldea master, Rizka. As for our non-related Figma size comparison, here we have a SS Blue Goku. Alright, so final thoughts on today's Figma review, which is the 493 Rider Casual Astolfo from the Apocrypha series. Overall, the paint job and the sculpt work is definitely Figma quality, and the recent Figmas have definitely been improving in their paint and sculpt work. In terms of accessories and face sculpt, I feel like the face sculpt does a great job of representing that cute look that Astolfo often does. Another positive is the faceplates. They have a lot of cute looking ones which really represent the flamboyant personality of Astolfo, and having those expression makes the Figma posing very fun. In terms of negatives, I would say for this Figma, the accessory department is a little bit lacking compared to other releases. Besides the extra faceplate and the hands, the only accessory that we get with Astolfo over here is the horn, which she uses to call the hippogriff. It would have been nice if we had gotten a hippogriff figure included in this Astolfo Figma, but I guess that would be wishful thinking, as it would be another huge figure included in the kit, and it will increase the price of the kit, which is not a smart business decision for Figma and Max Factory. Other than that, I feel like if you're a fan of Astolfo, it's better to get the other one, which she is in her normal outfit, the fighting one. I'm sorry that I do not own that Figma. Maybe one day in the future, I would rather get the other one than this one, I feel like, because the other one we have more accessories and also her weapons. This one is more of just a casual look, so if you're really into that, then this Figma is more for you. Anyways, there goes the end of today's review. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to support the channel by liking, subscribing, turn on that bell notification. Until next time, remember to stay young at heart, my friends, and we're out.